Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at lesson 2, which is the pie graph. And what a pie graph is it is a representation, it's a visual, how about that? A visual representation of the pieces of one category. And that is important, one category. So, for example, the categories that we have on this, if we take a look, we have males as a category, we have females and other, those are all categories. We also have cars and trucks, we have SUVs and minivans, and we have other kinds of transportation. So those are all the possible categories that we could take a look at the entire picture of. So in this case, what we're going to do is I'm going to use a little different color. Let's try, I kind of like the pink, so let's try the pink. What we're going to do today is we are going to look at the category of males. And we're going to make a pie graph. And so here's what we need to do. Each male, oops, let me go back to my pen. So each male is a piece of the whole category. And as you might suggest, it's going to look like a pie. Now, my circle that I'm going to draw, I'm actually going to use the bottom of a plastic cup. I tried a metal round object, but it doesn't work on the iPad and with the pencil. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the bottom of a plastic coffee cup and using that to make an almost perfect circle. And you can do the same. You can use any kind of round object, or you can freehand it. I find freehanding circles pretty difficult, and I practiced quite a bit and still couldn't quite get it on the iPad, so I decided I would use the bottom of a coffee cup. Now, what we need to do is we're going to start with our total. And if we go up here and we look, our total is we have 20 males. So in other words, we need 20 pieces in our pie. So notice, I'll make that, so we have 20 pieces in the pie. Okay, here we go. So 20 is a nice number because you can split it in half. So if you split 20 in half, you get 10. So I'm going to do my best. And I'm going to approximate, but I suspect that dot is probably exactly the center of my circle. So I'm going to draw a straight line right through the center of my circle. And now I have 2 pieces. So let's do that again. I'm going to do my best effort to cut each half into half. So we'll make quarters. So here we go. I'm going to go like this. That'll work pretty well. Now what we've done is we took 20, we divided it in half. That's 10. Then we took the 10 and divided that into half. That's 5. So that means that in each one of these pieces now, we need to somehow sneak 5 pieces. So let's see, I'm going to kind of freehand this, and if I need to make an adjustment, I will. So I think my last piece is a little off, so let's redo our tick marks. And if you're doing this on a piece of paper, I would suggest using pencil, and then you can always fix those. Still just a little off. There we go. So let's go this one, 2, 3, and 4. Those look better. Still a little big in the middle, so I'll try one more. Okay, now what I want to do is we want to just draw a line from the center to that tick mark. So I do one for each piece. So I'm going to undo that one. Let's do this way, and this way, and here. There we go. Now I have 5 pieces in that pie. And I need to do that one more time, so let's do that for another quarter. So let's kind of see if we can section this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're still off though. So you have to be patient with yourself. If you have a compass, you might be able to make them more perfect. And again, we're going to draw from our tick marks right into the center. And if you don't have a ruler, anything works as a straight edge. You can use a credit card or the edge of your phone. Let's kind of bring that together here. Okay. Now when you have an even number of pieces, like in this case 20, it works so nicely because to finish your circle, you can just simply start here, draw a line right through the middle, and just keep on going right through. And as long as that overlays perfectly, there you go. So take this process, finish it out, and you will have a pie, a perfectly made pie with 20 equally sized slices. That is a big key here. Our slices are all of equal size. And remember, each slice equals 1 male. So, continuing on here. Now, I know this is kind of slick. The little program here will straighten my lines for me if I want. Obviously, I do. I'm taking advantage of that. And finally, all right, so there's the 20 pieces of my pie. So what I want to do now is let's go back and let's color our pieces. So here we go. I'm going to use for each one, we're going to change this. So the males, let me undo that. I'm going to slip this out. If we go back up here, notice that for males, they could be driving a car, a truck, an SUV or minivan, or using another mode of transportation. So what we're going to do is, let's do this. Let's use different colors. So maybe for blue, those will be, I'm going to leave my blue lines, so let's do orange. So these will be our truck. Oops, let's just start with the first one. Start with cars. So males that drive cars will be represented in orange. Males that drive, the next category we had trucks, will be in red. Let's see, our next one was SUVs and minivans. We'll do that in that pink. So we have SUV or minivans. And our final category was SU was an other. So let's do that in our light green. We had our other transportation. And so what we do then is we color code accordingly. So let's go back. Let's start with our first color, that's orange. So what it says is, if we look at our picture, it says we have 13 males that drive a car. So what I need to do is I'm going to come back down to my picture, and it doesn't matter where I start, but I need to color 13 slices of my pie in orange. So there's one, and if you continue on, you can color 13 pieces of your pie. Now, the only thing that matters when you do this is that these pieces are kept adjacent to each other. Otherwise, it makes a pie that's not very helpful. So standard practice, all the pieces of your pie are adjacent to it. So let's see, I have 1, 2, there's 5 pieces. Keep coloring. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost there, we have 11, 12. Now you may, if you're making one by hand, you can probably really color it really nicely. This is a little hard on this application, but still still comes out to be a pretty nice looking picture. So those are my males that drive cars. Then my next category is trucks, and I have one male that drives a truck, So for that one male, we would shade in red one wedge of our pie. So let's do that now. Okay. Our next one are SUVs and minivans. Let's go see. We had five males, and we said we would color them in pink. So let's see our five males in pink for SUVs and minivans. One, two, three, four, and five. Now, since notice there's one wedge left, so I suspect that there's one male that fits that last category. Let's go check. If we come up here, either light green if there is, and look at that, there it is. There is the one male that used other forms of transportation. Maybe that male walked or took the bus, carpooled, or rode a bicycle. And there you go. There is our pie graph. And so remember, a pie graph is a way to represent the pieces of an entire category. Thanks for watching.